Welcome to the second episode of the Meet and Greet podcast, aka the TMAC podcast, a podcast hosted by yours truly, Kayse Egal, where I sit down with creative entrepreneurs and have intimate living room-like conversations about their process, upbringing, and early inspiration. Today we got a very, very special guest, honorary guest, a sports photographer who specializes in athlete editorials and concept creation, philanthropist, and also great hooper from what I heard. My Somali brother, welcome to the Meet and Greet podcast, Moustapha Yusuf, aka Capturedbyma.
Thank you for having me.
What are you saying,
I don't know what the great hooper or whatever you're saying.
I heard.
They're lying to you. They're lying to you.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Good, man. Just trying to stay busy, doing this podcast and stuff. What you been trying to keep busy with?
I'm just trying to learn right now. I'm just exploring Adobe. I've had it for like 3 years. I've never really opened it besides Lightroom. But just on YouTube watching a bunch of videos right now.
I feel you, man. That's great, man. YouTube University, you can pick up some. I feel like right now is the best time to pick up some new stuff. Anything in particular that you're trying to learn?
Right now, design. Just try to see what looks nice and putting stuff together.
Yeah, and you're already a photographer, so you can bring stuff together. You know what looks good and what looks bad, so it's one of those skills that you can just pick up on intertwine.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I wanted to get into basketball first, man. That's the first thing. Apparently, this guy on his story, he be doing traveling, but apparently he's like, yo, it's FIBA rules. It don't really count. But for the YouTube viewers, I'm gonna get the video and put that on the screen.
Thank you.
And we're going crazy in the comments. Tell me if you follow FIBA rules, this ain't a travel. But I swear if you do that in the Ryerson gym or any other gym, people are going to call you up. But
people are not educated, man. What can I say? I do my research.
Man, we went on a 30-minute back to, straight out. I was like, yo, that's a travel. You took 3 steps, but you're counting one as a gather step.
All right, man, it's the rules. What can I say? Show the video and let people decide.
Man, let the people decide. But, yeah, first things first, man. How do you feel about the NBA being postponed, man?
I mean, I felt like this break would be perfect if NBA was still going on. It would be just the perfect thing, but just itching for ball right now, man. I was watching some of the NBA together games on YouTube, but now I'm just trying to watch games on YouTube if I can. But I'm just once you get into the creative flow, there's no telling when you'll have time to watch games and whatnot.
That's true, man. I watched a couple of it. And the NBA YouTube channel. I peeped it. They've been live streaming games back. So it's I remember I was watching. Was it 2010 finals game 7 all over again? I remember I was like,
I watched that game more times than I'd like to admit on this.
Yo, rest in peace to Kobe, man. But yeah, I was watching that game, and after I was what I took away was yo, I was 10 years old when that game really came out, so I was just getting into mall, so we were pretty young. But yeah, I remember the first quarter, the Celtics were just cramming up on Kobe, and they're locking him down. Then the second quarter came in, and it was over. It was over for them.
It was a pretty tough series for Kobe. He had a broken index finger on his shooting hand, so it was hard for him to still do what he was doing, but he found a way. That was the game that actually that series got me into basketball. Honestly, since then, I've just been a huge Kobe fan and just basketball fan in general.
Yeah, man. I know you're a huge Kobe fan, and it sucks everything was that happened, but I was yo, there's a couple of people that's everybody's a LeBron fan of and our generation, you know what I mean? Nobody's really a Kobe fan, so it's yo, I know rest in peace, that hit hard. But who do you think was gonna win this year?
Call me crazy. I had the Raptors beating the Lakers in 7 games.
What? What? The Raptors? Yo,
Yeah,
like
man.
I do live in the city, but I'm not a Raptors fan. Like I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm
Hey,
a
I
Bucks
think
fan. I'm gonna just tell you straight up.
what?
I'm a Bucks fan.
I feel bad for you. Empty
Yeah,
wins.
I'm gonna put up on the screen actually as I'm watching Kawhi dunk on Giannis. It was a tough time, but yeah, man. You really thought the Raptors were gonna win this year?
Yeah. I mean, I thought they were gonna win last year, but it was one of those things that if it happened, I'd be shocked that it happened. If it didn't happen, I'd be like, man, we should have won. You know. I felt like that every year. Like we could have beat someone, but this year I definitely felt like shit would have to happen, like the Kawhi bounce kind of thing. You know, like shit has to happen. But I felt like we could have
Hail Mary.
took care of the Bucks, took care of what would it be the Sixers or something, Boston. I felt like we could have taken care of those teams, and I felt like we have the team that could beat the Lakers. I'm not trying to base it off the one game we played them
And that was
without.
early in the season.
That
It
was
wasn't
early.
it? That was early in the season. I
We
remember.
blew them out. We didn't have Kyle or Serge.
Yeah, I remember Siakam. Didn't he block LeBron?
He
Was that?
dunked right beside LeBron or something, and then dropped AD in the same game, and it was a bad
It was
game.
crazy. It was crazy for it. A bad game for the Lakers.
We really looked at like that team.
Yeah, no. I feel like we have a great system in place, but it's one of those where it's like the reason why we won last year is because we had that guy. You know what I mean? Like Kawhi was that guy. I don't think that
I felt like it was call me crazy, but the Raptors I felt played better without Kawhi on the floor. Even this year, at some times where Kyle was injured, team looked so good. Second, you bring in a guy that slows it down, kind of just messes up how we play. Man, you put a bench unit. Remember the bench mob?
yeah, bench mob.
Those guys became our stars. You have those guys really just running the floor every play. It's beautiful, beautiful to watch.
It's beautiful basketball, but I feel like in the playoffs, like when stuff like gets sticky and like you know how the Raptors get in the playoffs. We've lost game
Hey,
one every single year. No matter
you know what? You know
no
what's
matter
different?
first
You know
eight,
what's different?
what?
We never finished the season as champions.
We're back to back.
We got that confidence now, man. Siakam, shit goes south. Get a ball to Siakam. Get a ball to Van Vliet. Those two will make something happen.
Yo, I actually have to. This is a hot take I'm about to ask you. So DeMar DeRozan has a player option the end of this year, but whenever this year ends, what would you think if he came back to the Raptors?
I think it would be perfect fit for him, honestly. No other team is going to appreciate him like we do. The only thing, now this is going to sound like a hot take, but if he comes back to our team, he's going to have to either share minutes with Norman Powell or come off the bench because the way he plays doesn't really fit the way we play.
That's what I was saying. I was like, DeMar DeRozan has a very like mid 2000s game. Like he would fit perfectly in like that Detroit Pistons team, like that one in like 05. He wouldn't. He could shoot threes, but he doesn't want to at the same
He's
time.
not good enough to be your main star, but he's a good second option. So I think him and Siakam as your first option, that would be a good team.
Yeah, I don't know, but I felt like I was talking to one of my friends about that. I was like, okay, like, does DeMar DeRozan deserve a huge contract right now?
No.
Hell no. So I'm thinking
he's proved that he doesn't.
So I'm thinking he's definitely taking that money, and they're probably going to trade him. He's going to pick up the player options.
You think the Raptors are going to trade him?
No. I meant the Spurs. He's going to pick up the player option on the Spurs, and they're going to trade him to whatever they can get. Because there's no way they're going to give him, like, you know.
I don't know if a guy like DeMar wants to be traded again.
I don't know, like. And the thing is, like, if he were to come back to Toronto, like, he's still tradable. You know what I mean? Like, it still could happen again.
That would be bad. That would be a bad look.
What's your I already actually know this, but you know, I know you're a Raptors fan, but who's your favorite player on the Raptors, or who's your favorite player in the league? Period.
Favorite player in the league? Probably still has to be Kawhi. Yeah, guy
Why is
was
that?
tough. He's tough, man. He's what I embody as a player. Like playing hard defense and not really like not me personally because I talk a lot of shit. But
Oh, I heard.
he just does what he has to do. Like he'll lock you up, score 35 on you, and won't say a word. Like there's something that, like you don't see that happen. And he's a winner, just straight up winner. He does what he has to do. But my favorite player on the Raptors would have to be VanVleet. He doesn't average the most points on our team, but I think he's the best scorer on our team.
I think he is too, because I remember Game 6 watching the finals, and I'm like, how is he hitting these shots? And I'm like, bro, he's been practicing this stuff, And
He turned up.
He really turned up. So it's like, I'm thinking, next year, like, he continues on this way, he'll probably be an all-star next year.
Starting point guard for sure. I definitely think as soon as Kyle's out of here, which is probably this season or next season, that VanVleet's going to be our starting point guard.
Yeah, for sure. Originally, I was actually mad at the Raptors giving Kyle an extension, but
Why?
I was like, 34-year-old point guard.
Money had to go somewhere.
I said, get rid of him. Give like VanVleet like all the point guard roles, you know what I mean? But then I'm like, I seen him play this year, and I'm like, okay, like he kind of proved himself.
He was blown out this year, but I think that money, the 34 mil or whatever they gave him, is someone else is paying him that money. Definitely don't think we're paying him that money next year.
Yeah. But I also want to transition, since we were talking about basketball. You also give back to like the community. I want to talk about like you coach your high school basketball team, Collège Français.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that experience and like always giving back to the youth.
One of the things in life that brings me the most joy, actually, just I've been coaching for the last 4 years, I think, and those kids, man, just seeing them grow and become better men is always something that's just puts a smile on my face. And like if I never did photography again, but I coached, that would be enough for me, just those kids. For me, like we haven't really been a great team on record because I haven't been the best coach and they haven't been the best players, but we're growing together, and there's just something about that that's just satisfying.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Oh, like just to go back to your school, give back, like, there's not everybody has that thing where like, if I leave high school, I'm never ever coming back here, but that's dope that you came back and give back to the community.
It's funny because I graduated in 2017, and there hasn't been a 3-week span since then that I haven't been back at the school. And at first it was kind of like, I'm here every week. But then I was like, this is like my second home at this point, I spend more time basically at that school than I did at my own school after high school, So
do you get that nostalgic feeling sometimes? You're like, damn, man, times are good here, man.
No. The only thing I try to concern myself with is how to make the kids I coach, make them have the best experience possible for them as athletes, as students, as people. Just for them to look back at high school and be like, that was sick, and I want to give back and go back and help, I want the next kid to feel as good as I felt.
That's dope. That's dope. I actually want to talk about as well, like, you're a part of the kickback. So, like, explain to people that don't know what's the kickback.
I've been historically bad at explaining what the kickback is, but all I could say is what the kickback means to me. And to me, I've said this before, but it's like real life relationships and just people allowing you to be who you are. And the relationship I had with the kickback started pre-kickback, 2015, I believe. I don't know if you know Jamal, right?
I know Jamal, yeah.
Still.
Not personally, but I've heard of him.
So in 2015, I messaged him on Instagram or something. And so there was a photo walk. And I met Don Charleone, Jamal, and Remark Shamarky all at the photo
Edges.
walk. Yeah. And it was great just meeting them for the first time. And then from there, I connected with Jamal and I asked him if I could intern with him for the summer. I just asked him if I could shadow and just see what it's like. And he actually let me intern with them for Crown League.
Yeah.
That was for me the first time I got to shoot basketball. I didn't even shoot that year. I was just like switching media cards for them.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the first time I was like involved in that community, basketball community, and it was like, yo, this is sick. Like
I like
family
this.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
It was like every Friday at Ryerson.
Mm-hmm.
Like just everyone knows each other, everyone's smiling, everyone's it's just like a good vibe. And from I've never looked back. I've been with them, working with them since then. And the kickback officially started a few years ago. But I always felt like, the kickback was always there, just didn't have a name yet.
That's dope. That's dope. I actually want to transition to let's get into the photography aspect and talk about how and when did you get into photography?
Um, Beginning of 2015, I got into photography, but it wasn't really anything serious. I just brought a camera to school and took pictures of my friends. Went rooftopping with one of my boys in high school, and then once I started doing an internship that summer with Jamal and the guys, from there it started picking up a little bit, but it wasn't anything serious again until 2019. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie's like the GOAT. He just got me a lot of opportunities after 2018, and just pretty much never looked back.
That's dope, man. You know, like coming from a photographer to photographer, like just hearing a story is just when you first pick up a cameraman, and after you get there's two stages. There's when you pick up a camera, and after when you get actually serious about your photography, that's when like the sky's the limit. But do you remember the first time that we met? It was I don't know if he's I probably have this on my hard drive. If I do, like I'll probably put up some photos on the screen. But
Was it at
Saint
house?
no, is that St. Lawrence Market, fam? There's one day we had like a quick like 30-minute shoot or 40-minute shoot, and you're like, yo, I gotta go. And like you have to go like I don't know, like help out a family member. Like I'm pretty sure I have a photo of it.
I
And
remember
you're
it
wearing
briefly.
and you're wearing a Blue Jays
Like cap.
jersey.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. That was a long ass time ago.
It was that
Sheesh.
it was that like 2018,
2017.
2017.
God, that was a long time ago. Sheesh.
That was the first time I was like, yo, let's shoot with this guy. And I was with one of my other boys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's his name? I forgot his name, but
They call him
Lavag or
first.
something.
They call him first, but his name is Ismail.
Sheesh. EB kids, huh?
EB kids, yeah. Pretty much. But yeah, man. Um, but the next stage is like, how did you get into like sport? Like, not really how, but when did you say like after Charlie's like, yo, sports photography is my thing, and sports photography is like something that I want to do and focus on.
I remember pivotal moment was 2018 summer, OVO bounce, and that was like so I took a picture of Drake in French Montana or whatever,
I know.
and Complex reposted it, and that whole summer right after, I was just like, yo, Drake's gonna repost it, Drake's gonna repost it, Drake's gonna repost it, That's all I was really concerned with, and Charlie, I remember he was just asking like, okay, what's next though? What's next? What's next? And I was just like, yo, he didn't even post it. He didn't repost it, And I was just kind of caught up on that. And then he was like, yo, like you gotta worry about the next thing. That's one picture, one moment. You gotta move on. And I was like, when Complex reposted, I was kind of hyped. And then Media Day 2018, he's like, yo, come shoot me today with me. And that was like, for me, that's the thing that really started it all.
Mhm.
Because that was the first time I felt like, yo, this is like I could see myself doing this for real, you know. And I had to take it seriously that day because I had a real job, and I didn't
Yeah.
expect it to have a real job that day. He's like, "Yo, can you just help out with media day stuff?" And all of a sudden, the Raptor social media team is waiting for pictures, and I'm just like, "Sheesh." I was stressed, but I had to get the job done.
Yeah, that's dope, man. You know, like you had your shot, like, yo, I gotta hit this, you know?
Hmm.
But I actually want to get to like a shared screen where I break down some of my favorites and like just like explain like how did these photos come and like what were you thinking when you're taking these photos. But
Okay.
yeah, so let's get into that split screen. So the
Really,
first,
this is one of your favorites?
no, it's not really. It's like the story behind it adds makes it like my favorite. But break down this photo of I'm not gonna say what's on the pizza. We all know if you watch the episode. Just for you know keeping it clean on the podcast, but just break down this photo with Kawhi and Serge Ibaka on the episode of How Hungry Are You?
Interesting episode. That was first time for me. I got to see Kawhi as a person outside of the game, and it was interesting because I was like, he's actually not like a robot. Like when he was coming in to actually shoot the episode, he's casually walking on Queen Street,
Yeah.
just walking on Queen Street, coming to the place, and he's just on his phone, and he's just on FaceTime with Serge and just kicking it. And I was like, already I saw personality in that. And then I don't know, they were just having a great time. I just it was great. It was great to just be a fly on the wall during that moment. And then yeah, just pose for the picture towards the end.
Can you see what I commented?
Yeah, yeah.
Right here. It says, nah, he's staying for sure now. How the hell did Serge convert himself to eat that? I was like,
When Serge presented it, he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. But then he was like, nah, come on, I'm gonna eat anything. Like I came to the show, I'm gonna eat anything you made, you know? And they
nah.
were just making jokes about it the whole time.
Nah, I was like, bro, that's probably one of the funniest episodes. And I'm just like, yo, there's no way, like, if me one of those, I'd be like, if it was me, I'd be like, yo, like, I'm your dog, but nah, like, we can eat, like, other weird things. This ain't it.
For real.
What was going through your mind? Did you know, like, pre-shooting it? Like, was it already, like, set up what he was going to cook? Or was it just...
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he makes it before they get there. So
Okay, so you already knew. You were probably in your mind like, yo,
this is crazy.
this is crazy, right?
He's not gonna eat this for sure. And that's what I was thinking. He's not gonna eat this. And then he's like, "Yeah, I'll eat whatever." And I was like, "Sheesh, that's crazy."
That's Mafuzi chef for you. But yeah, so the next photo I wanted to get into, as we're talking about Media Day, is you were there for the famous ha 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 meme. Like, how crazy is that to see that live?
I didn't hear it.
Oh, you did it?
I don't think anybody heard it live. When it happened, no one really like reacted to it. It was only after. Everyone got the Bleacher Report or whatever app you use, but everyone got the alert. Kawhi's crazy laugh or something. I'm like, what the? When did this happen?
You're like,
I
yo,
was like, oh shit, do I have a picture of that?
you're like, yo, I swear I was taking photos of this.
I was there. I didn't hear it, but yeah, it was crazy.
It was probably too loud with like all the reporters and like the atmosphere,
I
right?
think the laugh just didn't sound like that in person. It just he was laughing right into the mic.
Yeah, but when you break that down, that's probably one of the funniest memes of 2019.
Crazy.
It happened in early. You just kept it in the archives. You just posted July 6th.
I think no. This is a picture I posted when they both decided to go to LA for different teams.
Don't remind me of that date.
Yeah,
As a Bucks fan, I'm saying yes, but as a Torontonian, I'm crying on the inside.
rough day, rough day.
Rough day. But yo, I think out of the photo set, this is probably my favorite. And just talk to me. This is like when people compare like Kawhi's game to Michael Jordan.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
I seen a video yesterday of MJ doing this exact thing.
That's what I'm saying.
The ball like that with the defender in front of him, and I was like, sheesh, that's crazy.
But yeah, talk to me about this photo. How like it literally? I'm like, yo, this is MJ.
Yeah, crazy. So I was shooting finals, but I wasn't supposed to be shooting the finals. So this is me with my camera hidden, game 5. We're up 3-1 at 3-2, I think at this point, or 3-1 at this point. And
Oh,
this
it's
is it.
game
Like
5.
it's game 5.
Oh,
We're up 6 points at this point or whatever, and I'm just like, we're gonna win. You know, I'm kind of losing my shit, and I'm not supposed to have my camera. And at finals is like highly regulated, and you can only shoot if you have NBA credentials.
yeah.
I'm not supposed to be shooting, and so I'm hidden in like a little staircase, and everyone's standing up. It's like 2 minutes left, and I just start seeing security guards pop up around me that I hadn't noticed earlier, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna get caught." And then I'm looking around, and on my right hand side, I just few seats down, I see Adam Silver, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this is the worst spot."
You're like, yo, this is not gonna work.
So I'm literally just I have my camera on my side, and when I see a good moment, I just put up and try to start shooting as fast as possible. But I couldn't just constantly be like this because I was too worried about getting caught. But yeah, this is one of those moments.
That's. I always love it when people like dabble into like different lanes. You know what I mean? Like you've been talking about like design stuff, you know, and like the goal like this podcast and everything, and just talking about like creative entrepreneurs is that you're not always going to be doing one thing, but the thing is that everybody has their thing that they're good at, and I wanted to like, you know, like bring like value to people. So that's dope, man. The next thing I want to talk about is like, what advice would you give to someone just starting or getting into photography?
A line that Jamal says to me a lot that I think is like really underrated, but don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Just do your own thing. Try to progress every day, and just keep it moving. Don't believe the hype.
That's dope, man. Jamal giving you gems right there.
Gems.
I'm gonna hit you with this final question. I know it's Ramadan, man. You can get back to your ice cream that you're eating before this. I'm gonna have to call you out. But the final question is, what is your favorite lens? And what lens, if you had one lens to have for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Easy, 50 millimeter.
I kind of knew you were gonna say that, but it's like
I've had that lens. I've had the lens for 4 years, and I literally found no time when I haven't used it ever. Like I feel like I could use it for everything.
Nah, it's a versatile
minus the sports that you have to be like super far away for. But no, I definitely love that lens.
I remember I was talking to you like a couple years back when you shot that Drake and French Montana. You broke a 50 millimeter.
I did.
That day.
I broke the 50 that day. Yeah. Shiny lens, and it just slipped out of my hand.
Man, the nifty.
So I didn't shoot that shot with the 50, obviously.
Obviously, it was gone. But do you prefer the 1.4 version? The 1.
I've never shot at 1.4 in my life.
Oh, I meant the actual.
Yeah,
lens,
no, I've never found a reason to shoot at 1.4.
Oh no, yeah. I feel like the lowest 1.8 is like cut off for me.
Yeah, 2 might have been. The lowest I ever shot on a portrait in like a studio setting. But no, nothing that low.
You're not gonna get anything in focus. Like you'll probably get your nose and like everything
just the eyes.
It'll be like soft as hell. Yeah, but people think that shooting at 1.4, it's sick to have a 1.4 lens, but it's
depends on what you're
never ever gonna use it. But
yeah,
if you're shooting like I don't know, like a little bitty like flower or eyes you want to get in or something like that. But yeah, man. Thanks for coming on the episode. I wanted to keep it short, man. I didn't want to keep you too long. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. If you guys are on Apple Podcasts, leave a review. If you're on Spotify, follow the podcast, share it to a friend. We talk about everything on this episode, whether that's basketball, photography, business. Man, thank you. Captured by Ma, Moustapha, the GOAT. He out here.
Chill.
I don't know how to gas you up, man. It's the second episode, man. You know, we're gonna bring you back, obviously, but yeah, man. If you guys want to see his work, check it out on Instagram at Capturedbyma. And if you want to hire him, check out his website at capturedbyma.com. Check it out. If I sent you there, it's good, okay? I got the cosign.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you having me on this.